What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all come on in the room. I've been feeling the want to go live lately, but I have been really putting it off. I guess I just wasn't in the mood. But today's the day. I just finished module 2 of the Celeb Gigs Academy. And after talking for a few hours, now I feel like talking some more. Y'all come in. Y'all let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're a beauty professional or not, because you ain't got to be a beauty professional to come in here. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Just come on in and say what you do and where you're watching from. I have been teasing since last week about going live, and I'm just now getting to it. Oh my God, what should I start with? The good, the bad, or the ugly? The great, the amazing, or the not so good? Like, what y'all want to know? All right, I see one person here from Pittsburgh. Come on in, come on in. You know I keep a good big old teacup. That means I'm about to drop some tea. Well, the best part, hey always, Alex Torres, licensed cosmetologist from Dallas, Fort Worth. Yes, Alana, come on and drop all the tea. Let me know if you're a beauty pro and where you're watching from. So my name is Monet Everett. I'm a celebrity and editorial hairstylist, author, educator. I really enjoy helping beauty pros learn the things that I didn't know when I started my career. Been at this for 20 years. One of the good things that happened to me is I was recently named brand ambassador for Biolage Professional, and I am over the moon with excitement because that was one of my biggest goals. I just always wanted to be a brand spokesperson, and God has been good. I've been working with a lot of different brands lately. So as you guys know, I launched the Celeb Gigs Academy, a mentorship program. And we have like 20 people in. So praise God for that. I am so excited for that. But some people weren't able to do it. So I decided to drop the How to Get Hired at Fashion Week because Fashion Week is coming up in February. So that's popping. You can just click the link in my bio or go to the Monet Life Academy. Let me put that in there for you to find out about it. But I got more stuff I want to talk about that has been sitting on my heart, and I have not really had the chance to think about how I wanted to talk about it. Yes, Grow Us Now, go ahead and jump in my DMs. Let's talk. I work with a lot of different brands on a lot of different perspectives, from social media to shows to education. So, hey. I decided that I feel like I need to go live and discuss artists and artist personalities and why a lot of artists are really struggling. So, like I said, I've been an artist for almost 20 years. I do both hair and makeup, but mainly hair. So I even went through the different struggles of, should I do just hair or should I do hair and makeup? I have been a full-time artist for 20 years. I moved to New York just over 10 years ago. I have gone through thinking I know everything, learning I don't know nothing. So I'm saying that to say I'm pretty well versed in artistry and what it's like to be behind the camera. But now that my career is growing, I am blessed to have the opportunity to educate hair and makeup artists, specifically beauty pros, but also to hire them for jobs. And let me tell you, it has been eye-opening. It has been absolutely eye-opening working with artists on the other end of the spectrum. So, any artist that I work with, we're going to assume is immensely talented. They do great work. They do great hair, great nails, great makeup. I always think it's best to assume that they are at the top of their skill set, and they've shown that. But let me tell you how a lot of artists really get in their own way. Baby, first off, do you have somewhere for me to email you that you're going to get back to me right away? Do you? Is your email connected to your Instagram? And do you actually get it? Do you check the DMs? How about your text? Oh, Lord, I'll throw in hiring models too, because goodness gracious. Hiring models, like I got girls getting back to me a week later. Let me tell you, it has been very difficult. So I've also been hiring artists. And I'm trying to tell a story without pointing fingers. Y'all give me some hearts. I need a little bit of encouragement before I get into what these situations have been like. Can I get some hearts? I want to make sure y'all are here before I just start spilling my tea for no reason. I need to make sure folks is here. I got one heart. I might as well pack this thing up if don't nobody want to know. So a few of y'all are saying, like, okay, you would check your DMs. But I got to tell you, folks don't be checking their stuff and getting back to you in a timely, faster fashion. So I run into a lot of people who claim they want to go to the next level, but they continuously show they are unprepared. I've run into issues like very talented artists who show up and don't have a full kit. A full kit includes my red lipstick. Every time you see me, I got on red lipstick. And if I hire you, I'm expecting you to have red lipstick. I got an olive complexion. I'm not regular black woman, orange skin tone or yellow skin tone. I need you to show up with foundation to fit me. For my hair, I don't have stereotypical hair. I have very fine hair. I need you to show up with products suited to me. And I need you to have your attitude together. Can we get into the attitude that a lot of artists are showing up with? Now, I'm going to call it attitude because I think the average person would call it attitude, but I want to go a little deeper. I don't think it's always attitude or being malintended. I think artists really struggle when they're nervous. This is what you always hear me talk about. People behave differently when they're nervous. You better give me some hearts up in here if I'm spilling this tea now. So I'm going to just try to give y'all some examples. I talked to the producer and all they said was I needed to bring natural. Yeah, but you're the artist. The producer's job is solely to tell you where to go. The producer can't do your job, okay? When you are hired to do something, you are the most professional person within your craft on that set. You are the hairstylist, so you are everything hair. You have to show up overly prepared. You have to know products that can be used 10 different ways. Same thing for makeup. Don't show up without something. You better learn how to mix your damn colors if you're showing up without a foundation or a lipstick. Yes, this is what I'm getting to. Folks don't like to be wrong or unprepared. It makes them feel inadequate or called out. I'm the woman. I know everything. I got this job. Well, now you're angry because the job is going over. Did you send your deal memo? Did you discuss what would happen if we ran late? Hey, Erica, so great to see you. Did you discuss the parameters you needed for the booking? Did you discuss when you were going to get paid? Now you're walking around with an attitude. A few weeks ago, I was on a really big shoot and I brought someone in. When I say big, I mean big like one of those jobs I prayed about. And I had my phone up because I was going over my lines. And it seemed to really bother this artist. I think they really felt left out. I don't think it ever occurred to them that we were there for the job that I was shooting. You and I are not here to kick it. Now, no matter how much I love you, because, always assume if I hire somebody, I think they're great, I love them, and I want to work with them. No matter how much I love you right now, I have got to concentrate on getting my lines. Can you put your phone down? Can you sit up this way? Why you move the chair that way? You're nervous that you're not going to get it right. You're nervous that you are going to color match incorrectly or something's wrong, but you're making it about you without the understanding that my good, I'll say good friend, although we're not friends, we're friends in my head. Sam Fine always said this. This is the confusion. If you are there to provide a service, my dear, you are a servant. Take the pucker out of your booty when I said that. You are not less than that person, but your job is to provide a service. When I go and I work with my clients, my celebrities, my brides, I am a servant. I am there to make their day amazing. We are really not in this together, okay? If you are able to come in and create an environment that makes the person feel amazing and like you are lifting them up, which is your literal job. Your literal job as a hair and makeup artist is to provide an environment that makes them feel good, look good so that they feel good and so that they're relaxed and able to concentrate on their job. I'm not married, but it sounds like what I hear wives say, an old school version of what I hear wives say, which is, I may not go out and work, but I provide the environment for him to be able to stand strong and go out there and work. This is what's needed. All of this stuff sounds old school. I wish I had a more up-to-date way of describing it. But come on. Or not knowing who people are on set and catching an attitude. If someone comes to you and they say, you're doing makeup. They come to you and they say, oh my God, my eyes are so small. What can you do to make them look bigger? I just really want them bigger like such and such over there. It is not your job to tell them, no, that's wrong. I'm not giving that. I don't do eyes like that. It is your job to say to them, okay, let's work on it. Can you show me what you have in mind? This is what I have in mind to do. This is what I'm able to do, or this is what I think is best. What do you think of that? And you go from there. It doesn't matter that you want a particular look on the gram. You're there to provide a service for them. Be aware of who you are around. Everybody has insecurities. I did not realize until I would say the past year or so of adding my own, of hiring artists to work with me, what a vulnerable position it feels like you're sitting in when you've hired someone to add to your beauty. Everybody wants to pretend we woke up like that. Ain't nobody woke up like that. We are depending on someone else to, make us look good. We are depending on someone else to add to our beauty. We are depending on someone else to guide us, to see, no matter what, they see us differently than we see ourselves. And we're hoping that their view works, okay? If you have somebody, a client with really thin hair, why do you spend oh my God, your hair is so thin. I ain't never worked with somebody with hair that thin. Oh my God, I mean, it's long, but what I'm supposed to do with this? I mean, all of that, or those eyebrows. Your eyebrows are just so wide apart, and I never work with anybody with eyebrows. Do you see this hole right there? Look at this. How am I supposed to cover that? That is nothing but your insecurity coming through. That is nothing but your insecurity. You're scared you're not going to be able to give them the look that they desired, and you're trying to find a way to blame them for it ahead of time. If they were perfect, they would not have hired you for the job. They are aware that they are imperfect. These attitudes artists get, you should have done this for me and you got me the job. Did you ask them this? Did you ask? baby, your insecurity is showing. And the crazy part about that is there are people out here who offer courses like myself. So when I started, I was like, I don't want to pay for this. I don't want to pay for that. And this is not even about making money on courses. The reason people charge money for education is because that's the only way you can get people to care. When I sit up and I spit tons of education for free, these artists are bothered, they barely listen, and they damn sure don't apply it later. If there's something you want to know, take a class, set aside time to learn it. I am now faced with the decision of who am I going to hire from now on? Am I going to hire the person who does amazing work but has an attitude that's going to make me smack her? Or am I going to hire the person whose skill is not quite as high, however, they're timely, they show up, and they're a pleasure to be around? Which one you think I'm going to lean towards? I mean, seriously, give me which one you think I'm going to lean towards, while I'm always looking to audition others. Because trust me, it ain't this hard. Tonila, I am always hiring. So I hire people, I get people jobs all the time in the beauty industry. The last makeup artist I placed on the job last week was $1,500. When I am looking for people to assist me, I get them from my private group, the Monet Life Society. This is a group of artists who have taken my education. When I am looking to hire artists to specifically do my hair and makeup, I look different places for them. The goal is to be able to hire them from my group. So what we've been talking about is artists who have skill, but many times they are missing the etiquette, the professionalism, the know-how, and they fold under pressure. They say crazy things. Another thing I want to point out, like I said, I work mainly with celebrities. Learning when to talk and when to be quiet as an artist will take you very far. This is something I really struggle with, something I did not understand earlier in my career. When you are providing a service, if that talent has invited you to have a conversation with them, wonderful, have that conversation. But do you know when the producer comes in, or, the wedding planner, or the hiring manager, whomever is a higher position than that person, when they walk in and they start a conversation with that person, do you know to be quiet? When they husband or wife come in and start talking to them about household stuff, do you know to be quiet? Not because you're nothing and they're better than you. You're providing a service. You are a servant. When I go, I'm providing a service. I'm a servant. We are at different levels. I'm not the homie. The way I know that she and I are not friends is because at the end of this service, I expect to be paid and or I invoice to be paid. We are not friends, okay? It's a horrible truth, but know your place. I've been in a few times where people come in to talk to me and the artist does not shut up. This is a blunt way of saying it. Know your place when you are providing a service. Be quiet and don't make everything about you. Do you know that the person who just came in and gave direction may have your talent literally shaking in their boots and they may need a second to collect themselves? It's not because you're dumb and shouldn't say anything. It's because you may have overheard something that wasn't for your ear. You see what I'm saying? Like she said, I tell my clients all the time, I love your business, but it is just that business, okay? It's wonderful for those people who can go back and forth on this boundary, but I'm telling you one thing, it seldomly works out. There's a very popular hairstylist in the media right now going back and forth with her former bestie who she used to do free services for all the time. It doesn't work out. You will always be left out of the equation. So chill. But also, if I have referred you and you're walking around the set saying things that shouldn't have been said, interjecting yourself in conversations you shouldn't have interjected yourself into. They're going to tell me not to invite you back, but not only that, it reflects poorly on us. Yes, Tania, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. It is important to know your place. I'm sorry that it sounds like a bad thing to say. Save yourself trouble. I got myself in trouble with my big ass mouth so many times. And that's probably why these lessons are standing out to me so much. I don't know that no one told me, but I definitely didn't hear it and I didn't understand it. You know, they say you learn things differently at different levels when you're ready to learn it. Baby, ain't that the truth? It's no different than when I would refer people for fashion shows and they didn't know how to show up. They threw everything from their salon desk into the suitcase and showed up with dirty brushes. Or makeup artists, let me hip y'all to something. Those brushes with colors at the end make it look like your shit is dirty. Stop using those, okay? They don't look good. We want to see white or black ends, especially if you show up with a kit that is less than 100% professional. And if y'all were looking for stuff to put in your kit, I got that link. This link in my bio. If you got plastic bins that everything is just bouncing around in, you don't look professional. If I'm hiring someone and I don't know how to do their job, all I can do is judge how they show up. How neat is their stuff? How clean is their stuff? How prepared are they? When they lay stuff out, does everything look nice and clean? If you're missing basics in your kit, like natural browns, dark brown, almost black, red lipstick, you're missing a flat iron in your kit, you're missing what clients consider something very basic is stuff to cover thin hair and bald spots. Even if you don't have it, learn how to work with other stuff. I didn't know that many celebrities cover their scalp with dark eyeshadow. Didn't know it. So when I had one celebrity show me, I didn't have any, in my kit at that moment. I only had my hair kit. I learned right then and there from the makeup artist how to use it and how to do it and how to make them look good. Hey, Tiffany. Yeah, clip-ins are awesome if you have them. But if you don't, clip-ins are not going to cover a sparse hairline. Okay? You have to learn how to work within your with what you have, how to make sure that every product you have does 10 things. I live in New York. Every single thing that we have in our kit, we carry on our back. So there is no carrying, 15 extra things just for the hell of having it. I mean, guys, there's just so much I want to say that my eyes have been open to. Many times I find myself providing opportunities for people. I want them to do better than they want to do. What did Oprah say a long time? People work within comfort or courage. You're either comfortable or courageous. And apparently I'm more of a courageous person who's always looking to grow. And a lot of people work within comfort. Live your life if you want to work within comfort. But if you're working within comfort, how are you going to grow to the next level? The two don't go together. How are you going to deal when someone is telling you this is what to do to make your career better? Oh, great. You have the artistry, but what about the business and the etiquette? Are you snapping? You always got something to say back? I'm going to tell you something. I suffer from takeover spirit, okay? And I'm working real hard on that. What happens is many times I take the lead, people look at me to be the lead. They want the upsides of that. They want me to do all the work. They want me to tell them how to go so that they have somebody to blame. They don't want the other side of that, which is this could have gone better had you done X, Y, and Z. Now they're feeling picked on. Now they want to fight. They mad at me, right? 99% of the time, these artists come back to me and say 6 months later, and they say, you were so right. Nobody's ever told me that. I have a student in a class who said, Monet, I've been doing this for 20 years. I am always putting together test shoots. I'm always connecting other professionals. I'm always putting in the work, and nobody ever invites me to anything. So we had a 30-minute one-on-one. This was all written out in her pre-work write-up. And so that means I had already read it. I already understood the problem. She already said where she wanted to go. I got on the 30-minute meeting, and for 18 minutes, she proceeded to tell me in great detail how great she is and how nobody ever goes out of their way to hire her. And I told her, girl, you suffer from the same thing I do, the takeover spirit. Everybody expects you to be in charge, but if you don't stop, nobody wants to tell you when you're wrong. They just won't hire you for stuff. They'll show up to take what you're going to give, but they will not show up to give you something because you come across as unteachable and a know-it-all. Oh, T Wildflower, I'm so happy you're learning stuff from my lives and my Zooms. You show up as a know-it-all who knows everything, and maybe you're right. Maybe you know more than them. But also, who want to work with that? Who wants to work with somebody who knows everything, who they feel are not going to take their ideas and are going to just bulldoze them? Nobody wants to work with that. So this is why we have a lot of people who, this is why we have a lot of people who simply will not tell you when you're doing something wrong. Because so many people get really angry when I give them feedback and say, hey, this is what's going to make your career better. This is what your kid is missing. This is what your pitch was missing. This is what your portfolio was missing. Let's add this. But you mad and you want to yell and cuss at me, and then you want me to be receptive when you come back 6 months later and say, I was wrong. I should have listened to you. Or when you're too much of a punk to say, I was wrong, I should have listened to, but I can see step by step you taking my advice. How does that benefit me to give you all of this hard love that you don't want? How does this benefit me to give you all of this hard love that you didn't want to hear, that's going to make you turn around and talk about me like a dog to anybody that listens? How does that benefit me? It doesn't. So this is why people charge for education, because generally, by the time you're willing to pay for your education, you're willing to listen. Now, I have been shocking myself with the amount of information I'm giving out on Celeb Gigs Academy. I'm like, that it should have been twice the price. I'm definitely taking the price up next year because I think we're on module 2 of 5, and I've already given out a 70-page workbook. That's not including the next 3 modules. Because that damn takeover spirit of mine, I'm always giving people more than they pay for. Same thing with how to get hired at Fashion Week. People want to slide in my DMs and, could you just tell me, how to get picked up from Fashion Week? Baby, I want you to keep all of that. You're not doing me no favor to get you a job at Fashion Week. And most of the time when I'm hiring for people, they don't even know how to apply for jobs. And they say, Monet, can't you just tell me? I have told you many times before. It's even in my book in detail. I do lives. I give away free information. Now I'm doing paid classes. So if you want the information, come pay me for it. Oh, it's not funny the other way around? So I don't know. I just wanted to jump on and get that off my heart because I just have not been able to sleep thinking about the artists that I have been putting on for jobs. Some of them have been underperforming because they really think it's solely about the artistry. They truly do not comprehend that it is about what you offer. Oh, Hair by Sarah Good, thank you for buying a badge, sweetheart. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Folks just, they don't get it. They really think that if I can do the best red lip, all of the business should come to me. They really think if I can work the flat iron the best, of course they're going to hire me. If my edge up is the best, no. Are you easy to hire? Do you have all your stuff in one place? Is your website together? Is your social media looking professional? When I call you, is that the right number? Are you being weird? Talking about, I don't answer calls from numbers I don't know. But you're using that phone number for business, baby. Aren't most of the people who call you going to be calling for business? How do you know everybody's phone number that's calling you? You see how that might be frustrating for me? I needed to hire 3 professionals last week. Each job was $1,000 apiece. One was out of town and said she didn't feel like answering the phone. The other one said she was taking a mental break. The third one said she didn't have everything in her kit, so we needed to work around her. I need some of the audacity these folks be getting. Yes, Sarah Good. Follow this. Make sure you are at the top. I be dropping all types of free gems, and I've decided I'm not even letting my lives live on here no more. I'm putting it on my platform for my students because it's all too much. T. Wildflower, if you've taken my education, you should be in the private group, the Monet Life Society, where I drop stuff. So if you've taken any of my paid education, that's where I put all of my job opportunities where I'm looking for stuff. I have an assistant and we post no less than 2 to 5 jobs a day all over the country. Nope, so you don't see right there, took the words out of my mouth. You would only need to be in NYC if I were hiring you to work for me. But I drop jobs all over the country in the Monet Life Society. It's my private group on Facebook. It's for anyone who's taken any education from me. And I don't know, y'all give me y'all feedback because I be spent. Yes, Mon Sherry, I think the pandemic took everything out of folks. The stuff folks be saying, like, I heard of the Great Resignation. I think it's wonderful, but most people are resigning from their jobs and becoming gig workers or self-employed. They lied to you when they told you that being self-employed means you don't have to listen to anybody. It means you go from having one boss to many bosses. Your bosses just change depending on the time of the day. And you have to find a way to work in a way that you make everybody want to work with you. Okay? You are not working in a way where everybody is running around caring like you're the best thing since sliced bread. It does not work that way. You are there to provide a service. You make them say, oh man, where is Monet? We never had to look for her. She was always on time. She was always prepared. She always had everything in her kit that she needed. Where is Monet? She didn't give us any crap about if we stayed late because she already had her paperwork together. Where is Monet? It wasn't even hard to pay her because she had her W-9 ready to go and sent it out. Where's Monet? We miss her because when we fell short on, I don't know, finding other artists to recommend, Monet was always on that. Give them a reason to want to work with you. That attitude ain't it. Y'all are listening to a lot of these Instagram artists who are out here acting as though the attitudes that they portray on their live with their homies are how they behave when they work with their celebrity clients. That's called cap. Cap. They're lying. They are there providing a service like everybody else, and they know how to center their client. And, you know, for the one or two out there that are not capping, think about this. Do you want to follow them down that path? When that's a path you got to be able to keep up all the time. You always got to be the life of the party. You always got to be the bitch. You always got to be leading the show. Can you do that all the time? Every time you get a client, you got enough energy to do that? I'm just saying. Well, I guess since I'm up here, if y'all got any questions, I'll answer them. I didn't intend on doing that, but I had to get it off my chest because these artists, oh, and I just want y'all to do better and be better and make more. All right. If we don't have no questions, you know, a sister might end this. Just a late night live because so now I got to go back and explain to these people. Sorry for somebody I invited who showed up with an attitude and lacking what they needed to have. Please don't let it reflect on me, but it already does because I referred them. Yes, Moncherie, creatives are on another level. I always say we creatives are crazy. Oh, Eleanor, thank you. I'm happy you saying I'm sweet because other people are not necessarily feeling that way. Best advice for a student aspiring from a small town. Best advice for a student aspiring for a small town. Sarah, what do you want to do? Do you want to work in a salon? Do you want to work on set? Do you want to do celebrities, film and TV? Have you thought at all about where you want to focus? Give me that and I'll give you some advice. So the first thing I'm going to say while I'm waiting for you to answer is learn all that you can. Education is your friend. I have been licensed for 20 years. I do not go a month without education. Something is always learning. Education used to always be formally sitting in a class as an addition to my education, not in place of. Now I might check out people on social media. I might invite someone over, like an assistant of mine who is better at doing certain things that I am, and ask them for a class. I'm always growing and learning. When I'm around other professionals, instead of judging them and saying, oh, why they do it that way? Excuse me, I wouldn't have done it that way. I am very much like, I wonder why they did it that way. Is their way faster or better than mine? Is their way more efficient? Did it take less time? Always learning. Your goal is celebrity and on set. Wonderful. That's exactly what I teach, celebrity and on set. So, I would say the great part is you don't have to unlearn anything that you're doing because you're so brand new. So I would say start figuring out the part of the industry that you want to focus on. Film and TV or print and photo shoots and things of that nature. To me, the easiest thing for you to focus on is going to be making sure every hair is in place when you do your after service photo shoots, okay? Make sure to take a picture and make sure that every hair is where you need it to be. Step back, look at your work, see are there any holes in there? It's very easy to ignore it, and especially right now, video is all the focus. Video is great, but video is very forgiving, whereas images are not forgiving. So focus on that. Yeah, traveling with your family to different sets can be very difficult. That you got to have a strong support system for that. I don't think there's anything I can say that's going to tell you traveling with a family is easy, because it's not. It absolutely is not. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you to my two boos who bought pet badges, Hair by Sarah Good and Natural Princess. My next coffee is on you guys, so thank you so much. Yes, get out of your own way. 25 insider tips for booking celebrity hairstyling clients. I think it's going to be a great addition to your knowledge that you have now, because not only do you want the skill of doing hair and or makeup, you want the business acumen. You'll learn from a lot of the mistakes that I have made. Save yourself some years of trouble. No, I am based in New York, but I'm often in LA. I travel the country, especially, and thankfully, God has allowed my skill to take me all over the world. So, you know, your girl is here in the Brooklyn. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for tuning in.